Well, here I am, Dean Braxton. I'm in a different area right now. That's a different ocean than you've seen in the last two videos. A few weeks ago, I was at the Pacific Ocean, and then was up at the Great Lakes, and now I'm at the Atlantic Ocean down here in Miami on a short vacation with my daughter and her husband and my grandchildren and my wife. They blessed us to be able to come down here, and so God is so good to me in Maryland. I always tell people that. But there's something I want to share with you right now that I think is very pertinent to many of the things that I'm saying. It comes out of 2 Corinthians, the 5th chapter, the 17th verse. Let me make sure I can see this. It's been a little bit hard to read it in the sunlight with these sunglasses on. It says this: so then if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. What is old has passed away. Look, what is new has come. A lot of times I like to point that one out, because a lot of times you hear me say that when I got to heaven, Jesus looked at me, saw himself on the inside of me, and I was in. Or I'll say something like in Hebrews, the 8th and 10th chapter, it says this. I don't know what that was. So the wind probably blowing something down back there. Okay. But I tell people all the time that Jesus said that, or better yet, when the writer of Hebrews said this, he said, when Jesus forgives us, he forgets it. I know a lot of times that's hard for us to even imagine. It'll take a miracle, and yet it is a miracle, and God is a miracle God. But when that happens, he also places something in us, and that is the fruit of the Spirit. And you heard me talk about that many times. So a lot of times people don't realize. Let me find in Galatians, the 5th chapter here. I'll read it to you. I may have to take off my sunglasses since the sun's kind of gone down, and I got to be able to look at this. Yeah, it says, but the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Now those who belong to Christ have crucified the flesh with its passion and desires. If we live by the Spirit, let us also behave in accordance with the Spirit. Let us not become conceited, provoking one another, being jealous of one another. Sun's getting ready to come out. I'm putting these sunglasses right back on. But the bottom line is this, you guys, that when I got there to be with the Father in Jesus, he looked at me, saw himself on the inside of me, and I was in. I love to say that more than you could ever imagine. I want people to understand, those that are born again out there, I want you to understand that when you got born again, these things were placed inside of you. God has placed his Spirit on the inside of you to help you to walk this way. You are a new creation in Christ Jesus. Act like one. That tree back there, or those trees back there right now being blown by the wind, they're acting like trees. But we that are in Christ Jesus need to act like we are created. Again, this is Dean Braxton, and I'll say to you, if you like this, like it, let people know about it, send it on to others. We're trying to reach as many people as possible for Christ. Go on the deanbraxton.com, find out if I'm in your area, look at the schedule, come up and let me know that you've watched these. But again, I just want to point out something. We are a new creation in Christ Jesus. We need to act like it.